Part 22. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 211. You are all like this, is Zhu Ming okay? Wang Ran smiled. He's so in love with this thing. I've eaten several cans. I want to kick him out of the camp. Wu Jiangguo had a sad face. At this time, Zhu Ming in the guard booth also saw Wang Ran and immediately greeted him. Boss, you are here. When Zhu Ming opened his mouth, Wu Jiangguo felt dizzy for a while. This taste is so punchy. Wang Ran also felt a little uncomfortable. Su Xiao on the side reacted even more strongly, bending down and retching. Hey, sister-in-law is pregnant. Zhu Ming asked in surprise. Shut up you. Wu Jiangguo glared at Zhu Ming. Why is it disgusting that you don't have a B number in your heart? In the future, canned herring will be banned in the camp. Wang Ran said decisively. When Zhu Ming heard this, he couldn't help but feel a little lost. Xiao, do you have such a big reaction to the smell? Wang Ran asked while stroking Su Xiao's back. Well, the smell makes me sick. I held my breath, but the smell was still pervasive in my nose. It's so uncomfortable. Su Xiao said while covering her nose. Wang Ran's thoughts suddenly expanded. A zombie of Su Xiao's level can't bear the smell of canned herring, so this can be used as a secret weapon to suppress zombies? It's time to wipe a point on the city wall. Maybe the corpse tide will simply detour. Gather all the cans of herring you have left here, and I'll take them with me next time I come. These seeds, you arrange for 1/3 of the land to be planted first. Free up the other 2/3 of the land, and a batch of mutant vegetables will be planted next. Wang Ran ordered. I'm going, have all the vegetables mutated these days? Will I have a zombie if I eat it? Wu Jiangguo asked curiously. It won't become a zombie, and it can make people stronger. I said you can have some snacks. South Jiangguo and North Lin Lai has awakened at level 6, are you still level 5? Wang Ran asked. Oh, I haven't gone out to kill zombies recently, and the strength improvement is indeed a bit slow. That guy Jinbei is too weak. There aren't many people in the camp who can fight me. Wu Jiangguo sighed. Lin Lai's strength has improved rapidly, and it is estimated that he was killed in the Sea of Blood. I'm so at ease here, hey. By the way, you help me ask if there is any construction-related work in the camp. I plan to build a big city wall in An City. Okay, I'll go back first, grab Zhu Ming and brush your teeth a few more times. After Wang Ran finished speaking, he left with Su Xiao and Lu Shuang. On the island, the girls are cleaning up. All the girls were wearing aprons, including the orangutan. Under the leadership of Lin Momo, the girls thoroughly cleaned the entire island. The outer wall of the main building, which was not easy to clean, was also wiped clean with the efforts of the orangutan. Oh, it's quite diligent. Wang Ran was very satisfied with the performance of the girls. Today is planting vegetables and cleaning again, with the demeanor of excellent staff. However, Wang Ran always felt that the girls had some intentions. Uncle, they plan to get you drunk tonight, and then force them together. Tang Tang whispered to Wang Ran's ear. Wang Ran was shocked. This is so special, do you think of yourself as a human? So many people will die. Now that Xiao's strength has become stronger, he can't take it anymore. If there are so many girls again. Too terrifying. Tang Tang, you did the right thing, I will reward you tonight. Wang Ran rubbed Tang Tang's head. Although Wang Ran does not support the act of whistleblowing, it is still acceptable when it comes to himself. Momo, I have to think about the next development direction of the camp in the past few days. In order to keep the brain sober, alcohol is prohibited in the camp these days. Wang Ran said to Lin Momo seriously. Lin Momo was stunned for a while, and looked at Tang Tang. It must be this little goblin who slept. Hey, Fang Shushan and the other 12 girls are going to be disappointed again. Come on, help to move these seeds to Shi Yao's laboratory. Wang Ran ordered. Several girls helped carry the box over. Lu Shiyao is seriously studying the virus reagents brought by Wang Ran from laboratory number 3 in the laboratory, and is very devoted. Tang Tang secretly pinched Lu Shiyao's butt. Oh, don't make trouble, I'm doing an experiment. Lu Shiyao didn't look back. Tang Tang held back a smile, stretched out his hand and swam a few times on it. All right, come by yourself, you're busy with yours and I'll be busy with mine. Lu Shiyao said impatiently. Ha ha ha. Tang Tang couldn't help it, and laughed directly. Lin Momo and Suziao next to him also laughed. A scientist is a scientist who can do research while. Hey, Tang Tang, you are making fun of me. Lu Shiyao's face instantly turned red, and it was a little hot. Next time I'm going to try playing games while. Haha. Okay, I'll go first, you guys are busy. Tang Tang smiled and walked out of the villa. Master, we're leaving too, we'll have dinner soon, remember to make a quick decision. Lin Momo and Suziao also followed Tang Tang's footsteps and left the villa. Are you coming? Come quickly. I'm still busy researching antiviral reagents. Lu Shiyao took off his white coat, turned around and continued to fiddle. Since I have decided to stay here, I have to fiddle with the results before the personnel from the northern capital come, and it can be regarded as a contribution to the country. Okay, I won't bother you anymore, research is research, pay attention to your body. Wang Ran patted Lu Shiyao on the shoulder and left the villa. Lu Shiyao was stunned for a while. Was she being too polite? Or are you too inactive? Is this gone? I knew earlier. Regret should not. Lu Shiyao sighed and continued to study. The virus from the number 3 Research Institute is too violent. If the virus from the number 3 Research Institute can be solved, it is not a problem to take down other viruses. Lu Shiyao tried the medicine she brought back from the Mary, but she was no match for this virus at all. On the contrary, his own blood has a little effect. After thinking about it, my blood must have such an effect because it has absorbed a lot of Wang Ran's. It would be great if we could directly study Wang Ran's body fluids. It's a pity that I forgot to collect every time I was in a trance. Hey. Lu Shiyao turned around to get the reagent, but found a test tube with blood next to it. Judging from the blood coagulation, this tube of blood has just been squeezed out. This, Wang Ran specially left it for me. Lu Shiyao put the test tube on her chest and felt warm in her heart. With this tube of blood, I can save a lot of effort. Hedgehog Cat Anniversary Event, you can buy lucky bags for Lucky Draw. I won a full set of Doraemon and Sherlock Holmes books, as well as a bunch of pillows. Come on for monthly passes, blades, etc. Now there is an unlimited reward, cast me to death bar. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 212. Lu Shiyao took a drop of Wang Ran's blood with a dropper and dropped it on the petri dish, and then put in the virus reagent. As soon as the viral agent comes into contact with blood, a violent reaction occurs. Changes can be seen clearly even without a high-power microscope. Soon, the reaction in the petri dish subsided. Lu Shiyao took the reacted reagents under the microscope. I'll go, is it so powerful? Lu Shiyao couldn't help taking a deep breath. The originally brutal number 3 virus was actually killed. It's only a few seconds. This is the number 3 virus, many times more powerful than ordinary zombie viruses. Lu Shiyao had to sigh, Wang Ran's physique is really amazing. Of course, Lu Shiyao would not be stupid enough to give Wang Ran's blood directly to the state. That is equivalent to exposing Wang Ran's secret. What she has to do is to use Wang Ran's blood to make a vaccine during this time, and then find an intermediate to inject the vaccine. After the vaccine takes effect in this intermediate body, the person's blood is extracted to make the final version of the antiviral agent. In this way, the effect of the medicine can be guaranteed, and the secret of Wang Ran's body can be kept. Hey, the intermediate, isn't that me? Lu Shiyao suddenly woke up. Having absorbed so much Wang Ran's body fluids, isn't this a perfect intermediate? Lu Shiyao immediately drew a tube of her own blood and put it into the petri dish. No movement. Hey, is my blood useless? Lu Shiyao put the liquid in the petri dish under the microscope. In the microscope, the number 3 virus and Lu Shiyao's blood get along very harmoniously, and no one can deal with the other. Being at peace with. In other words, if I make a medicine based on my blood, at least the virus can't infect the target. Ah, isn't that the goal of making the first phase of the vaccine? Lu Shiyao's eyes lit up. As long as humans are not afraid of virus infection, the number of zombies will not continue to grow, and humans can live in the survivor camp with peace of mind, without worrying about the day when the people around them become zombies. As long as it stabilizes, at the speed of human construction and development, a new social order will one day be re-established. Of course, turning zombies back into humans is the ultimate goal of Lu Shiyao and other scientists' research. Although there is hope to do it with Wang Ran's blood, it is not the best solution. After all, Wang Ran's blood is limited. How many potions can be made with Wang Ran as raw materials? It is estimated that even half the city's people can't be saved. Or should be further researched from other directions. Get the vaccine first. Lu Shiyao found the direction, suddenly became excited, and continued to devote herself to the research. As long as the vaccine is obtained, the Baidu side will have an explanation. You can stay here in peace. In front of the swimming pool next to the restaurant, Tang Tang and Ada are playing Switch. Oh, Ada, don't let your orangutan play games next time. You'll crush a few of my controllers. Tang Tang complained. Original handles are hard to find these days. But this character is really similar to the big monkey. Ada pointed to Donkey Kong on the screen, and then to the orangutan beside him. The orangutan spread his hands innocently. The handle is so small and so brittle, it shatters when you squeeze it, blame me. By the way, Ada. You and Uncle haven't had anything like that, have you? Tang Tang leaned over and asked mysteriously. What? What? Ada looked bewildered. Oops. Come on, I'll show you some animations. Tang Tang pulled Ada and sneaked to a corner where no one was there. Ada was a little stunned, seeing what was going on so mysteriously. Tang Tang took out a tablet and opened an animation. Hey, isn't this a little sea monster? Ada pointed to the tentacles on the screen and said. Wait a minute, this level is too high, I'll change to an ordinary one. Tang Tang was a little embarrassed, and found another animation with a normal theme and released it. Look, some of our girls who have a good relationship with Uncle have been like this with him. And this and this. Tang Tang pointed at Ada from the side. Is this what adults do? I'm an adult now. Ada blushed a little, but the more she looked, the more interested she became. Well, this is something that adults must do. You are more mature than me now, and it's time to try it with Uncle. Tang Tang pretended to be serious. Well, she likes to do this kind of thing the most, it's very interesting. Okay, okay. I'll talk to my big brother today. Ada clapped her hands. She especially wanted to prove that she was an adult now. That's it, I can't say it. If you say it, you will definitely be rejected by the uncle. You have to use action. Tang Tang held back a smile and encouraged it. Oh, that's how it is. Aiden nodded knowingly. Or Sister Tang Tang is amazing and knows everything. It's dinner, it's dinner. Lin Momo shouted from the restaurant. Let's go, let's eat first. Tang Tang took Ada to the restaurant. Except for Lu Shiyao, who was addicted to research, everyone else came to the table. The girls in the flight attendant class were all depressed. Because they were told, Wang Ran decided to abstain from drinking for a while. This thwarted their plans. Hey, when will Wang Ran be overthrown? As soon as Wang Ran was seated, Ada sat next to Wang Ran. Usually, she is often next to Wang Ran, so everyone doesn't think there is anything strange. However, the next moment everyone was shocked. Ada sat directly on Wang Ran's lap and began to take off her clothes. Wang Ran? Other people. Tang Tang. After being stunned for a while, Wang Ran immediately grabbed Ada's arm and prevented her from continuing to take it off. What happened to you? Crazed? Wang Ran asked with a frown. Although Ada's body is an adult, Wang Ran still treats her like a child. Besides, what about the people around you? This is a bit exaggerated. Big brother, don't adults want to do this? I'm already an adult. Ada said pitifully. Shouldn't it be? Tang Tang. Wang Ran stared at Tang Tang, which is why she always came up with this kind of ghost idea. Oops, I'm full. Tang Tang immediately fled. Wang Ran picked up Ada and put her on the chair next to her. Eat well, I will teach Tang Tang a lesson. Wang Ran angrily left the table. This guy is simply lawless and must be taught a lesson. Soon, there were constant screams in Tang Tang's villa. Ad 1. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 213. Over the city of H, a helicopter was circling. Under the helicopter, tens of thousands of zombies are fighting fiercely. Mr. Butler, it seems like two waves of zombies are fighting. The helicopter pilot glanced down. I heard that City H was occupied by 3 groups of zombies. They're probably grabbing territory. A white man in a suit and Sven said with a smile. He is the new field captain Butler. Although he only has the strength of level 3 awakening, his methods are notoriously tough, so the company appointed him to talk about this important matter. Opposite him, sitting 2 red-eyed zombies are the bodyguards sent to him by the company. Mr. Butler, among these 3 zombie forces, who are we looking for to cooperate? It seems that the people in the city center are stronger. The driver said after looking at the battle situation. Do not. Let's go to Pudong and find the defeated side. The weaker you are, the more eager you are to change. The strong are not willing to cooperate with us. Butler said lightly. Okay, Mr. Butler. The driver turned around and flew towards Pudong. Soon, several high-rise buildings appeared in front of them. That tall building that looks like a corkscrew. Their boss is right there. Butler put down the telescope and pointed to the financial center building ahead. The helicopter approached immediately. There is no tarmac at the top of the financial center. However, it is not difficult to be an awakened person and a mutant zombie. After descending to a certain height by the cloud ladder, Butler jumped directly with 2 red-eyed zombies. On the roof, several zombies who heard the movement had already surrounded them. Humanity. What are you doing here? A golden-eyed zombie stretched out its claws and pointed at Butler. But he didn't dare to act rashly, after all, there were 2 red-eyed zombies beside Butler. You know, their power is only 2 red-eyed zombies. Take me to meet your boss. I have something to talk to him about. Butler said lightly. The golden pupil zombie thought for a while and put away the claws. Let the boss decide. The golden-eyed zombie brought Butler and 2 red-eyed zombies to the sightseeing hall downstairs. A red-eyed zombie was leaning on the sofa drinking a glass of bright red liquid. Next to him was a pale-faced human being there for bloodletting, and he was about to die. Brother Sen, this human said he had something to talk to you about. Jin Tong Zombie stepped forward to report. Guo Sen sat up straight and looked at Butler and the two red-eyed zombies beside him. This combination is very interesting. These two red-eyed zombies are actually the servants of this average human being, which is a bit interesting. Human, what are you looking for me for? I'm in a bad mood recently, don't mess with me. Guo Sen said coldly. You're in a bad mood because you've suffered a lot in the battle for territory, right? Butler asked with a smile. You human, are you deliberately angering me? Blue veins burst out on Guo Sen's forehead instantly. It's not me who angered you, it should be the zombies in the city center. The zombies under your command should be killed by them now, and the news of the defeat will be sent back soon. Butler spread his hands. Guo Sen suddenly shattered the glass in his hand, and his body trembled slightly. Obviously he was really angry. Today, he sent another red-eyed zombie to lead the team to go shopping with the zombies in Jing'an district. If he can win, his territory will be able to penetrate into the downtown area. I heard that they imprisoned a lot of humans there and raised them like livestock for food. Unlike Pudong district, there are too few people and there is not enough food at all. But this human actually said they failed miserably. This human came by helicopter, and it is estimated that he saw the battle. Did you really lose? In this battle, Guo Sen can be said to have suffered heavy losses. Now Guo Sen really wants to kill a few people to vent his anger. If it weren't for the two red-eyed zombies behind Butler, Guo Sen would have already started. But don't be too sad. I came here to discuss cooperation with you. Butler sat directly in front of Guo Sen. The distance between the two is very close now. If Guo Sen wanted to kill Butler, the two red-eyed zombies would not have time to stop them. But Butler didn't panic at all, looking at Guo Sen with a smile. Okay, then I'll listen to what you want to do. Guo Sen picked his ears. Butler did pique his interest. I hope you can take your little brothers to N City and help me kill a group of people. Butler said with a smile. Are you okay with your brain? It's 200 kilometers away from N City. You asked me to leave my own territory and help you kill people in N City 200 kilometers away. Why don't you go to the zombies in N City for help? Guo Sen said coldly. City N may have been taken by my target. That's why I need the help of forces like you. Don't worry, as long as you help me, I can make it easy for you to win City H. Butler smiled slightly. Help me take City H. Why? Guo Sen was very suspicious. Come here. Butler hooked his finger at the golden-eyed zombie who brought them here. Jin Tong Zombie looked at Guo Sen, and walked to Butler's side after being approved by Guo Sen's eyes. Butler took out a potion. This is the violent potion produced by the No. 3 Research Institute. Without saying a word, Butler put the potion directly on the arm of the golden pupil zombie. Jin Tong Zombie froze for a moment, then grabbed his arm in pain. A powerful force ripped through his body. The golden pupil zombie couldn't help crying. Gradually, his eyes were bloodshot. The pupils began to slowly change from gold to red. Call. The golden pupil zombie let out a sigh of relief. He made the cut? Become a red-eyed zombie. I'm stronger now. I'll get stronger after tying that thing in. He couldn't believe it. Guo Sen on the side was even more shocked. But soon, he figured it out. This human does have something in his hands that can make zombies stronger. If you can get a lot of this medicine, then the strength of your side can be. It is really very possible to win the entire H city. This thing, although the effect is very strong, there is also a certain success rate. The current success rate is about half. If it fails, the target will explode and die. Your lucky little brother. Butler said lightly. The zombie who just turned into red eyes was shocked. Half probability? Why didn't you tell me sooner? Good thing I got it on my own. +2. Pi time is up. Pi a book that looks like a harem. My enemies are reborn. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 214. Half the success rate. Guo Sen's eyes showed a joy that could not be hidden. For him, half the success rate is already high. Those who can't hold it can only blame their bad luck. So, you're saying that as long as we help you kill the group in N City, you'll give me a lot of this potion, right? Guo Sen asked, licking the blood on the corner of his mouth. I'll give you 50 first. After this is done, I will give you 50 more, plus 3,000 living people as rations for you. Is this cooperation condition good? Butler asked with a smile. Okay. Guo Sen's eyes lit up. There are a total of 100 potions, no matter how bad luck is, you can make a few red-eyed zombies and dozens of golden-eyed zombies. Such combat power cannot go sideways anywhere. Not to mention winning the H city, even if you win the surrounding cities, there is no problem. There are also 3,000 living people. Living people are now a scarce resource, 3,000 of them can be eaten for a while. Guo Sen's ambition swelled rapidly with the benefits given by Butler. Guo Sen took the jar of blood next to him, poured 2 glasses of blood, and handed one to Butler. Then wish us a happy cooperation. Ah, this is human blood, are you used to drinking it? Guo Sen asked with a smile. No problem, just do as the locals do. Butler took the glass, touched Guo Sen, and drank it. Tonight, I will take all my men and head to N City. I guess I'll be there the next night. Just wait for my good news. Guo Sen is confident. Here are 50 potions, the one just now was an extra gift. Hope you all succeed. By the way, this is a very important experimental body of ours. I hope you can help pay attention to it. Even if you die, you must keep the body. Butler took out a photo of a little blonde girl and handed it to Guo Sen. Okay, I'll say hello to the people below. Guo Sen put away the photo. Butler got up and shook hands with Guo Sen, and left with 2 red-eyed zombies. The night 2 days later will be the moment when the 2 waves of forces will fight. Butler is going to prepare another team. If this group of zombies is powerful enough to wipe out the N City, it will be good. The company can have a zombie force in China that can cooperate for a long time. If these zombies can't handle those people in N City, that other team with suppressed dust bombs would come in handy. City N, football field camp. Wang Ran and 24 survivors sat around the conference room. Everyone present here are experts in construction and civil engineering found in several camps in N City. Next, we will have a large-scale engineering project in N City. I plan to build a semicircular wall in N City to enclose the entire N City. The specific function of the wall is to resist the tide of millions of corpses from the western region. If a corpse tide of this level is not blocked, no one can survive wherever it passes. That's how important things are, and the next thing is timing. I need you to come up with a design within 2 days. In the next 2 weeks, I have to see the wall completed. Wang Ran patted the table and said, it is no problem to come up with a design plan in 2 days, but it will be completed in half a month. It's so hard. With the current manpower and material resources, it can't be done. An old professor raised doubts. Can't do it? People in the northern capital have built defensive walls on the 3rd and 4th rings in half a month. We're just building a semicircle around City N, and the amount of work is less than half of the northern capital. You told me you couldn't do it. In terms of material resources, the resources of the entire N City and the surrounding towns of N City can be used by us. In recent years, there are many real estate and commercial plazas under construction in N City and surrounding cities, right? There must be a lot of building materials and facilities. As for electricity, I will send people to the surrounding cities to find solar panels to ensure basic electricity supply. What about human resources? There are at least 10,000 living people in N city, right? Now is not the period of 996. All the people who can work are mobilized for me, working 15 hours a day, and not allowed to rest a day. In this way, the efficiency will be much higher. There are also tens of thousands of zombies. Zombies don't have to rest for too long. They can work 20 hours a day, which is more hard-working than humans. Such manpower and material resources should be enough to build this wall. Wang Ran looked around at the people present and asked, "Can zombies help us work too? Didn't we build the city wall to prevent zombies? Zombies work with us, won't they attack us?" The people present murmured. "You don't have to worry about this. I'll arrange it myself. My requirement for the wall is to be built in time and be strong enough. In addition, the outside of the city wall must be smooth to prevent ordinary zombies from climbing up. If you have mutant zombies, just let them go, and I will deal with them alone." The requirements are basically like this. Let's start discussing specific plans. Of course, I will not treat you badly to those involved in the project. You can get a little more supplies than ordinary people. In addition, all designers also have a benefit, they can temporarily live in the East Lake Villa area. I won't describe the environment there in detail, you will know when you go there. That's it for today's meeting. Wang Ran stood up. Villa area. Sounds pretty good. Suddenly I feel full of energy. Most of the people here are people who live in the stadium camp and live a hard life. As soon as they hear the villa, they instantly feel taller. As long as you work hard, the benefits will definitely not be less. But if anyone wants to be lazy, then go move bricks and repair the wall for me. Let's discuss the plan first, and there will be a car to pick up your villa area at night. After Wang Ran finished speaking, he left the conference room. This group of professionals in construction engineering started a heated discussion. Not only for the living environment and living materials like the villa area, but if the corpse tides come in, they themselves will be finished. In the face of a strong desire to survive, these professionals gave full play to their abilities. Led by an old professor of civil engineering, they spent the afternoon fiddling with a basic plan. +3, in addition, in the Cat Station's battle event, you can click a heart for free every day, just below the title of the book, please click. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 215. I read it right. Really a villa area. My God, this environment, I almost thought the end wasn't here yet. Look, all the vegetables here are grown by themselves, so fresh. There's a pool too. On the bus, a group of experts who had just arrived at the villa area were shocked. I didn't expect that there is such a camp in this world, it is really enviable. For this living environment, they also have to work hard. Even let them move the bricks themselves. Everyone, the boss has arranged 2 adjacent villas for you, so that you can discuss the plan. The boss said, notify him as soon as there is progress, and he will give you feedback as soon as possible. Wu Jiangguo told the experts on the co-pilot. Comrade, we spent a few hours working out a preliminary plan. If you can, please come and listen to your boss. The old professor raised his glasses and said. Okay. Zhu Ming, send a message to the boss. Wu Jiangguo shouted to Zhu Ming, who was responding to the car. Can you still send messages? Didn't the base station and electricity collapse? The experts were once again shocked. Why do you literate people make such a fuss? Tell you, our camp is different from the other camps out there. I won't introduce them to you one by one, you will understand if you live by yourself for a few days. Wu Jiangguo took them out of the car. These experts were amazed all the way as if they had never seen the world. When they got to the villa, they were even more shocked. Is this a computer? 2080 Ti graphics card. I'll go, this graphics card is very good at drawing. I read that right, air conditioning and hot water. This is such a fairyland. The experts were in tears. Okay, you are ready to explain the plan to the boss. The boss said he will be there in 5 minutes. You are familiar with it? Wu Jiangguo walked out of the villa with a smile. In fact, when he first came here, he was no different from these experts, and he looked like he had never seen the world. Not long after, Wang Ran and Tang Tang came to one of the villas where the experts were. Ah, sir, you are here. Please sit down. This time, the experts were clearly more enthusiastic. After all, they really felt the huge difference between the villa area and the outside. Is there a plan so soon? You can be efficient. Wang Ran laughed. We discussed a broad scheme. Boss, you can listen to it first. The old professor followed suit and called the boss. Okay, let's talk. Wang Ran sat on the sofa, while Tang Tang sat on the armrest of the sofa and leaned against Wang Ran. We've discussed that in order to complete such a long protective wall in such a short period of time, modular production is necessary. Because our goal was to build a solid and usable wall in a short period of time, we intended to do it in an infill fashion. On the one hand, send excavators to dig the foundation first. At the same time, find a few factories to fully produce the component panels for the wall. When the time comes, insert panels on both sides of the dug foundation and fill it with cement or sand. The advantage of this is that the build is fast and modular. The downside is that this infill fence won't last long, it may crack in a month or two. No way, in such a hurry, there is no way to balance efficiency and quality. The old professor laid out the advantages and disadvantages of the plan. Is it enough for a month or two? This time, it's mainly to stop this wave of millions of corpses. The corpse tide has passed, and this fence can be thrown away, regardless of the long-term quality. When the time comes, it's enough to build a durable circle inside. Remember, some anti-climbing measures must be taken on the outside of the wall to prevent ordinary zombies from climbing up. Of course, those who can parkour can't be stopped, so let them go and deal with them separately. Wang Ran ordered. We've considered this. For the outer panel, we will sand it a little smoother, and then pour oil. Don't talk about climbing up, they won't be able to pull it even if they want to. The old professor said with a smile. Okay, you can come up with the design drawings as soon as possible and make arrangements for the construction period. Zombies won't wait for us to slowly build walls. Wang Ran said. Don't worry about this, we will drive out the picture even if it's all night. Oh, I didn't expect there are computers here. We thought we had to draw by hand. As for the construction schedule, we have already issued a first draft, you can take a look. The old professor handed Wang Ran a stack of papers. 200 people for excavators and booms, 2,000 people for panel production in the factory, 5,000 people for panel assembly, 20,000 people for filling, and 1,000 people for transportation and logistics. Wang Ran took a look and saw that the demand for manpower was quite large. That's the manpower needed when the work is relatively synchronized. If you want to speed up, you have to increase this number proportionally. The old professor explained. Wang Ran nodded and hooked his finger at Wu Jiangguo. Jiangguo, at present, including the stadium camp, there are more than 1,000 people in total. Looks like it's time to unify the entire N city. You take a group of people to sweep all the camps in N city. It's best if you're willing to join, and if you don't want to, just call the server. After the reunification, gather the survivors in the 2 large shopping malls on the Wanda side. The shops in the mall are quite suitable for survivors to live in. 2 shopping malls should be able to accommodate thousands of people. If you want to supply food, you can find Xiaohong. He is collecting supplies from the entire N city with the zombies, and they are all stored at the convention and exhibition center. I'll give you 1 day to unify. After unification, we will start to screen the personnel of each position according to this list. The demand for professional skills in excavators and booms is the highest, and if you can't find them, you can quickly train them. In terms of equipment, let's focus on statistics first in the city. If it's not enough, I'll let GXN drive a transport plane to the next city to pull it back. In the next period of time, the entire N city will enter a state of high-speed operation, and no one point can pull the crotch. Wang Ran arranged it? To be honest, in terms of manpower, Wang Ran is mainly worried about human beings. After all, human beings have many thoughts and are difficult to control. Unlike zombies, one golden pupil can control hundreds of zombies. Okay, I'll make arrangements quickly. Wu Jiangguo also knew that the time was short, and immediately went out to prepare for tomorrow's sweeping plan. The experts also started busy drawing and calculating specific construction plans. Wang Ran saw that he had nothing to do, so he took Tang Tang to her villa. +4. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 216. Uncle, try it in my parents' room today. Tang Tang said expectantly. What kind of hobby do you have? Wang Ran always felt that he was out of control since he opened the door of Tang Tang. But it's all here, and it's okay to sweat a little. The two walked towards Villa 1. When passing Villa number 2, Wang Ran suddenly stopped. Tang Tang, did you hear anything? Wang Ran asked with a frown. Sound? What sound? Tang Tang's hearing was not as good as Wang Ran Qiang's, and nothing abnormal was found. Your villa too. There is a sound, like the sound of a phone. Wang Ran walked over with Tang Tang. Ah, it seems so. After getting closer, Tang Tang also heard it. It's weird, how could a phone call come in from my villa? It should be possible to get through the satellite phone now. I don't recall having a satellite phone in my house. Could it be that someone with no eyesight took over my house? Tang Tang was a little confused. The two pushed the door and entered, and the voice of the phone became clearer and clearer. It's the kitchen. Tang Tang leads the way. The two entered the kitchen and found that the phone was ringing from a cupboard. Tang Candy broke forward and opened the cabinet. Inside were a medicine chest, some firefighting equipment, a pistol, and a box of ammunition in a case, plus a satellite phone. Hey, I actually have this kind of survival suit in my kitchen, I didn't even know. Tang Tang muttered. You said that since you moved in, how many times have you been in the kitchen? Wang Ran is like Tang Tang. It doesn't seem like I've ever come in. Tang Tang stuck out his tongue and picked up the satellite phone at the same time. Hey, who is it? Tang Tang asked. I am your father. There was a low male voice on the other end of the phone. Are you my father? I'm still your mother. Tang Tang hung up the phone angrily. In this day and age, everyone has this kind of harassing phone calls. Hey, wait a minute. It sounds familiar. Damn it, it's really my dad. Tang Tang was shocked. I didn't react all of a sudden just now, scolded my father, and hung up his phone. Sad. Soon, the phone rang again. Hey, Dad, ha. I said just now that it wasn't me, did you believe it, ha ha. Tang Tang said weakly. Let's talk less. Where have you been running all this time? I've been calling you every day for more than a week. No one answers. I'm worried to death, don't you know? If it wasn't for me being held back and unable to walk away, I would have taken someone to kill me long ago. Tang Tang's father Tang Yan rebuked Tang Tang on the phone. Oh, I moved to Donghu Island during this time. How did I know there was such a survival suit in the kitchen? Tang Tang explained. Donghu Island. It's a place that is easy to defend and difficult to attack. How is the situation in An City now? I heard that there is a 5th level awakened in your town, right? If you have a way, you can ask him for help, and Dad will go to you immediately after solving the trouble in front of him. Tang Yan put forward suggestions very seriously. Level 5 awakened? You mean Wu Jiangguo? He's my little brother now. Don't worry, Dad, I'm strong. Tang Tang said with a smile. After these few days, he and Wang Ran opened a small stove from time to time, and his strength was about to awaken to the 7th level. Wu Jiangguo? Just brother. You girl, in this environment, can you be more serious? The 5th level awakener is your little brother. Why don't you say that the red-eyed zombie is also your little brother? I heard that a large wave of corpses is heading towards the eastern region, you must be careful. If you can't resist, just hide first. Villa 1 and Villa 2 both have underground safe houses with river bulletproof level, and they are all connected, and the food inside is enough for you to stay for a long time. Tang Yan ordered. What? We also have an underground safe house. Dad, you're not being kind, are you planning to hide the mistress during an affair? Tang Tang questioned. 3 What 3? Am I that kind of person? The safe house is in the basement. If you step on it, the floor will have a different sound. You can find the entrance by opening it directly. East Lake Island, although it is easy to defend and difficult to attack, the target is too obvious. You might as well go to the underground safe house and hide, and Dad will find you in a few days. I've prepared thousands of comics for you in the safe house, enough for you to pass the time. Tang Yan persuaded. Oh, I know. Just pay attention to safety with your mother, don't worry about me. Tang Tang was a little impatient. My own strength is so strong, and there is a big bug like my uncle, I'm afraid of wool. There are some guns in the dark room in Dad's study. You can take it for self-defense. The underground safe house has good sound insulation. You can practice guns below without fear of attracting zombies. Tang Yan reminded. Oh, just those things, I already took them out and used them. What else can we hide in our house? Tang Tang said proudly. All right. You must pay attention to safety these days. Take this phone, I may contact you at any time. Okay, don't say more, I'm going to kill that red pupil after I take a breath. Tang Yan hung up the phone. I'm going, I said that there was breathing from my dad's side. It turned out to be fighting the red-eyed zombies. I thought he was looking for a mistress. Tang Tang put the satellite phone into the small satchel. I guess your dad probably knew something about the virus long ago. Another secret room full of weapons, another underground safe house. But I'm curious, why did he leave you alone in An City? Wang Ran touched his chin and thought. Uncle, I have to go to school. I'm in public school, and I'm going to be expelled for truancy. Tang Tang shrugged. Let's go, come here, go to the underground safe house to see. Lead the way. Wang Ran grabbed Tang Tang's ponytail and pulled her out of the kitchen. Safe house. Good soundproofing. Uncle, I have an idea. Tang Tang's eyes suddenly lit up. Know what you're thinking? Go down first and talk about it? Wang Ran knocked on Tang Tang's head. Tang Tang stuck out his tongue and took Wang Ran to the basement. Tang Tang stepped in the basement according to what her father said, and she found a few wooden boards with different sounds. Wang Ran and Tang Tang lifted the plank, and a large iron gate appeared in front of them. Below, it should be the safe house built by Tang Tang's father. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 217. Tang Tang easily opened the big iron gate, and there was a vertical passage below, bottomless. "Uncle, you go first, I'm afraid of the dark." Tang Tang is not afraid of the earth, but is afraid of the dark. "How could the hole your father dug be dangerous? Look at your cowardice." Wang Ran shook his head and sat at the entrance of the cave. Inside is a long ladder that goes all the way down. Wang Ran slowly climbed down, and at the same time took out a flashlight and took a picture. Really deep. Tang Tang's father said that it can resist river bullets, which is really possible. I heard that Americans used to like to dig holes in their own underground, for fear that Mizzy would throw a river bomb one day. It is estimated that in the early days of the zombie virus outbreak, many Americans hid in the basement and escaped. Wang Ran slowly climbed down, and Tang Tang quickly followed. Today Tang Tang is wearing a short skirt. Crawling and crawling, Tang Tang suddenly slipped and slid down quickly for a while, until it hit Wang Ran's face and stopped. Wang Ran tried to open his mouth to speak, but could not speak. How can this be the same as Wu Jiaxin? Climbing such a simple thing has to be done as if it were in GHS. Wang Ran couldn't help but snorted. With such a hum, Tang Tang lost his strength in an instant, and the whole person slid down softly, just riding on Wang Ran's neck. Call. Wang Ran was finally able to breathe smoothly. Oops. Tang Tang seemed to realize something and sighed regretfully. I knew it would take a while longer. Wang Ran carried Tang Tang on his shoulders, and he didn't feel that it was difficult, and continued to climb down. After climbing for dozens of meters, Wang Ran's feet finally touched the ground. Tang Tang was also embarrassed to continue riding on Wang Ran's neck and jumped down directly. Your father digs quite deep. It's a big project to dig such a deep safe house under the villa. Wang Ran picked up the flashlight and took a picture. In front is a large iron gate. Oh, this villa area was built by my father's company. Isn't it easy to dig a safe house? Tang Tang directly stepped forward and turned the big iron ring on the door. With a few muffled sounds, the door opened. Tang Tang pushed open the door and shrank behind Wang Ran. It's dark in the front, isn't it dark in the back? What's the point of you hiding behind me? Wang Ran said and walked towards the door. Uncle, what you said makes sense. Tang Tang was woken up all of a sudden. It seems pointless to hide. After thinking about it, Tang Tang directly took Wang Ran's hand and walked forward. Wang Ran found a switch behind the door and pushed it directly. A roar sounded. Soon, the lights above the head lit up one by one. The underground space was instantly illuminated. Wang Ran walked around with Tang Tang. How much supplies did your father hoard? Wang Ran opened a room, which was full of cans. It is estimated that there are 10 containers. Damn it! How many rooms like this are there? After Wang Ran opened the back rooms, he found that they were all filled with cans. After a brief count, there are a total of 20 rooms full of cans. There are also 2 rooms filled with bottled water. The shelf life of bottled water is not as long as that of canned water, and it is estimated that it needs to be boiled before drinking. With so many materials, if Tang Tang is alone, he will not be able to eat it all in his life. His father is really not bad for money, he can get so much as soon as he gets it. Further inside, there is a large lounge. Inside are a few arcade machines, a dozen bookshelves full of comic books, a big screen TV and several consoles. Tang Tang's father really understands Tang Tang. With these things, Tang Tang can at least stay in the underground for a few years. Uncle, this place is really nice. We can often come here to secretly open a small stove. Tang Tang looked very excited. There is such a fun place under my home, why didn't I find it earlier? It's too boring here. It's okay to come here occasionally. Isn't it fun to come here often? Isn't it good to exercise in the pool? Isn't it good to watch the ocean move? Isn't it good to exercise on the back of the little sea monster? Wang Ran asked back. Fragrant. Uncle, what you said makes sense. Wait a minute, what happened to the little sea monster? Tang Tang's eyes suddenly lit up. Uncle, you won't have tried it with someone. How do you feel? Tang Tang asked with glowing eyes. Okay, there are a lot of novel experiences. Okay, hurry up and finish shopping, it's going to get dark. Wang Ran urged. Tang Tang captured the key information and nodded. Next time, I must pull the uncle to experience it. Next to the lounge is a bedroom. The bedroom is not big, and there are many plastic green plants in it, which is barely warm. If it weren't for the ashes on the bed, Tang Tang planned to pull Wang Ran to try it here. On the other side of the lounge is a long passage. Needless to say, it must be the safe house leading to Villa 1. I have come, I must go again. Wang Ran took Tang Tang through the passage and came to the safe house below Villa 1. The structure here is completely symmetrical with that below Villa 2, but the layout of the lounge is a bit different. The lounge here is directly arranged into a shooting range. It seems that Tang Tang's father likes these things very much. There are so many guns hidden in the house, and there is actually a shooting range underneath. Wang Ran continued to walk forward, and when he opened the door of the supplies room, Wang Ran was shocked again. The first room is full of body armor. This is not the kind of bulletproof vest you see in ordinary movies, but a heavy-duty body armor. The upper body covers all the way to the elbows, and the lower body covers the knees. Coupled with a bulletproof helmet, it can be said that most positions are basically blocked. Of course, this kind of heavy body armor is not widely used. The biggest problem is that this whole set is too heavy, weighing dozens of kilograms. Putting on this set, plus other weapons and equipment, went straight to 100 kilograms, and most people couldn't hold on for long. So unless it is a special case, few people will wear this outfit out. But things are different now. Awakened are everywhere. This weight is not a problem for the awakened at all. Not to mention bulletproof, wearing this suit and fighting people is also very advantageous. Especially in multiplayer team battles. Multiplayer team battles are all about a crush. Although the suit reduces some flexibility, in the face of the strong crush of the large army, this flexibility can be completely sacrificed. Next, City N may have to face the army of corpses, and these heavy body armors are just right for it. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 218. Wang Ran counted and found that there were a total of 500 sets of heavy body armor in this room. Plus the next room, a total of 1000 sets. Of course, only awakeners above the second level can wear this agile battle. So these 1000 sets are more than enough. There are only more than 30 awakeners above the second level in the East Lake Villa district, and the football field camp is estimated to be so many. His own East Lake Island has all the staff above level 3. It is enough to take 100 sets out. To be honest, if there really is a team of thousands of awakened people, with these heavy body armor, and then take some blunt weapons, it can really crush everything. Originally, the girls in the flight attendant class were generally around the 3rd level, and Wang Ran did not dare to let them go out to fight. With these equipments, they can occasionally let them experience the thrill of fighting. Uncle, look, so many good things are my father's is mine, mine is yours. Should you reward me with something? Tang Tang grabbed the skirt of the short skirt and lifted it a little bit. What's the hurry, do the serious thing first. Come on, help get these heavy body armor and helmets out. Let's ship 100 sets first. Wang Ran stopped Tang Tang from continuing to lift her skirt. What? 100 sets have been moved up, do we still have time to go to my dad's bedroom to try the bed? Tang Tang was a little depressed. Little sea monster, twice. Wang Ran stretched out 2 fingers. Make a deal. Tang Tang jumped up happily. The skirt naturally floated up. You order 100 sets to move out first, and I'll go and take a look at the other rooms. Wang Ran walked out of the room. Now Tang Tang is full of energy, so naturally he doesn't need to worry about it. Wang Ran continued to open the back room. Is it so ferocious? The weapons in the entire room are all heavy weapons such as mace and hammer. Coupled with those heavy body armor just now, it's just a combination. Now Wang Ran is very sure that Tang Tang's father definitely knew about the virus in advance, otherwise it would be impossible to prepare such things. Based on the theory that whoever finds out is who, Wang Ran picked up bundles of maces and piled them at the door. These will be shipped later. The rest of the room, similar to the one under Villa 2 before, is mostly canned food. When the wall starts, Wang Ran will have to provide the workers with basic food. With so many cans, you don't have to worry about it. Next is shipping time. Wang Ran climbed up first, then found a rope and a large canvas. After hanging for more than a dozen times, 100 sets of heavy-duty body armor and 100 mace and hammer were finally transported up. Uncle, I'm exhausted. I want to replenish my stamina. Tang Tang glanced at Wang Ran. Okay, just 2 times today. Are you going to be here or go to the little sea monster? Wang Ran asked with a smile. I suddenly don't feel tired anymore. Let's talk later. Tang Tang said seriously. Now Tang Tang is no longer satisfied with normal scenes. The two packed 20 sets of equipment into the car, and the rest were piled up in front of Villa number 1. Go back and let Wu Jiangguo mention it by himself. Wang Ran drove the car with equipment and Tang Tang to the gate of the villa area. As soon as he arrived at the atrium, Wang Ran saw Wu Jiangguo running over in a panic. Boss, there is a situation. Xiao Hong contacted me just now and said that a zombie running over from J City brought a very important news. I asked Xiao Hong to bring people over, and it is estimated that they will be there soon. Wu Jiangguo looked a little nervous. What's the situation? Wang Ran asked. It is said that there is a corpse tide coming towards N City. Wu Jiangguo replied. The corpse tide? Shouldn't the corpse tide come from the west? How can there be a corpse tide in J City? Wang Ran frowned. Since the other party is coming soon, just wait here for a while. By the way, I stacked some equipment at the entrance of Villa number 1, you go and collect it. It will be used in future battles. Wang Ran ordered. Wu Jiangguo nodded, got a truck and drove to Villa number 1. Wang Ran drove to the gate of the villa area, waiting for Xiao Hong to bring people. Not long after, Xiao Hong arrived. An old zombie followed Xiao Hong. Boss, there is something important. Let him tell you. Xiao Hong's expression was solemn, and it seemed that things were indeed a little serious. This boss, hey, it's you, young man. The old zombie was shocked. Old director. Wang Ran was also stunned. Isn't this the old director of the J City Institute of Biology? So you are the boss of N City. I said, who is so powerful that they can unify the zombies in a city? Let's talk about the serious stuff first. I was very comfortable in the sun in J City. I didn't expect tens of thousands of zombies to come to H City at noon today. And under the leadership of the red-eyed zombies, they purposely killed them to the south. On the way, they continue to collect nearby zombies, and the team is getting bigger and bigger. I inquired a little bit, their destination is your N City. I thought that Shi Yao and you were not in City N, so I quickly drove over to remind you. As soon as I entered N City, I met this red pupil. After a brief exchange, he brought me here. Young man, the number of zombies this time is tens of thousands of zombies, and there are several zombies with red eyes, and there are no less than 30 zombies with golden eyes. I guess they'll be here tomorrow night. You guys should hurry up and pack up and run away. Run to the nearby W city and T city. The old director suggested. Thousands of zombies, don't panic. Xiaohong, are all the zombies in N city unified? Wang Ran asked. Yes, those who refused to join either ran out of N city or were eaten by us. At present, there are about 20,000 zombies in N city that can be dispatched by you, boss. In terms of strength, there are more than 70 silver pupils, more than 10 golden pupils, and 3 red pupils. Xiaohong replied. Most of the red pupils and golden pupils were those who came out of the laboratory. It can be seen that the local zombies in N city are generally weak. Young man, you don't want to fight with them. They have collected a lot of zombies along the way. When they get here, their strength will definitely be stronger. The old director looked worried. It's good to come. Before the million-level corpse tide arrives, you can use them to practice your hands. Maybe some coolies can be collected. Wang Ran smiled. I was worried that the coolies to build the wall were not enough, so 10,000 or 20,000 zombies came to my door. +5. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 219. Boss, just tell me what to do. I don't think I can improve my strength without fighting a few hard battles. Xiaohong said while beating his chest. These powerful zombies were all rescued by Wang Ran from the laboratory, and they were very grateful to Wang Ran. This time is a good opportunity for them to express their own value. Boss, want to fight? Count me in. Hey, don't tell me, the equipment at the entrance of Villa 1 is really good. Wu Jiangguo jumped out of the truck. This time there are about 20,000 corpses, including a lot of high-level zombies, so it should be a tough battle. This is also the first serious large-scale battle in the N market, and everyone must get serious. Well, Jiangguo, go to the football field camp and inform the people there to evacuate before noon tomorrow. The stadium camp is in the north. If we don't withdraw, it will definitely be over. Then I demolished all the bridges except the Jiangbei Bridge. The corpse tide can either take a detour, or it can only squeeze in from the Jiangbei Bridge. By the way, for these equipment, 20 sets are distributed to the stadium camp, 30 sets are kept for yourself, and 30 sets are distributed to Xiaohong and the others. All combat power must go to the front line tomorrow. Wang Ran ordered. Okay. It's finally going to be a tough fight, and my hands are almost rusted. Wu Jiangguo was gearing up, looking very excited. Okay, have a good rest tonight and get up early tomorrow to prepare. Old director, you are a zombie. It is not convenient for you to stay in the camp here. You should follow Xiaohong first. Wang Ran said apologetically. It's okay, I'm used to being a zombie for a while. The old director waved his hand. He has always been with humans, and he is also afraid that he will not be able to keep his mouth shut. After explaining the matter, Wang Ran drove the car with Tang Tang to Donghu Island. Uncle, can I also go up and kill this time? Tang Tang also looked a little excited. For Tang Tang, the corpse tide is just a peerless game. She has also beaten the slightly weak red-eyed zombies, and she is not afraid at all. This time, it is mainly for those who usually have no combat experience to experience the experience. You are responsible for the formation, and don't do anything if you have nothing to do. Wang Ran said. In fact, with Xiao's corpse king level zombie, and Momo's ability to control ordinary zombies, this small-scale corpse tide is nothing at all. If it wasn't to deal with the million-level corpse tide in the future and let the younger brothers gain experience, this kind of corpse tide can be handled by Wang Ran with a team. Wang Ran parked the car, and Lin Momo and a few girls immediately greeted him. Momo, there is a batch of equipment on the car, so that all girls are familiar with it. There will be a wave of corpses to fight tomorrow. By the way, please help me put a bottle of blood in a vial, and make up for them to improve their strength. Wang Ran ordered. Going to fight? Great. My fist is already hungry and thirsty. Several girls in the flight attendant class suddenly became excited. Of course, it's good news that they can drink Wang Ran's blood again, they haven't had it for a while. The girls helped Lin Momo start unloading. Wang Ran brought Tang Tang to the edge of the cliff. If she doesn't open a small stove for Tang Tang, she will go wild. Wang Ran whistled, and several tentacles of the mutant squid surfaced. Wang Ran jumped with Tang Tang, LF. Uncle, I feel like I'm about to advance, let's do it again. Tang Tang pulled Wang Ran and refused to let go. It's been said twice, now it's 3 times. I'm going to bleed later. Besides, Xiao, the big family, hasn't eaten yet. Wang Ran decisively rejected Tang Tang's suggestion. There will be a battle tomorrow, and I can't let my legs go soft at a critical moment. Tang Tang stuck out his tongue, well, it's not a loss for one more time anyway. At this time, the mutant squid under the two suddenly trembled. Uncle, what's up with the little sea monster? Tang Tang was a little worried. Could it be that he was too crazy just now and hurt the little sea monster? How do I feel like it's about to advance? Wang Ran felt the strong energy change in the mutant squid. After thinking about it, it is estimated that a body droplet fell into the water just now and was absorbed by the little sea monster. Little sea monster, come to the shore. Wang Ran clapped his tentacles. On the shore, Wang Ran can still help if there is any situation. The mutant squid tried to swim to the shore with Wang Ran and Tang Tang. As soon as it landed on the shore, it was weakly pulled on the beach. Uncle, you can see that the color of its body keeps changing. Tang Tang said in surprise. Wang Ran could also see that the current mutant squid was in a critical state, and it was almost impossible to evolve. Hey! Wang Ran sighed, took out a dagger and slashed his arm, and a lot of blood fell on the mutant squid. The blood was directly absorbed into the body by the mutant squid through the epidermis. The mutant squid's whole body began to tighten, and it looked almost a little bit. Uncle, do you want something else? Tang Tang proposed. What are you thinking? Wang Ran glanced at Tang Tang, and with a little effort on his hand, another wave of blood dripped down. After this wave of blood was absorbed, the mutant squid began to wriggle. Its epidermis and tentacles are constantly peeling off, and its body becomes more and more transparent. Layer after layer of tissue was continuously peeled off, and its size became smaller and smaller. Wang Ran and Tang Tang watched with interest. It would be better if there were some melon seeds or something at this time. After 10 minutes, the mutant squid finally stopped moving. Wang Ran stepped forward and uncovered the outer layers of the skin. How did you become so small, little sea monster? Wang Ran was stunned. The mutant squid, which was originally about the size of a medium-sized cruise ship, shrunk down to the size of a car. This time, he really became a veritable little sea monster. Wow, the little sea monster is so cute. Tang Tang ran up and touched the West. The current little sea monster is completely transparent, with a little pink in it, completely missing the dangerous aura it had before. Cute and useful. The little sea monster used to be so domineering, but now it's so small, it is estimated that it can only ride 2 people. Wang Ran sighed. For Wang Ran, practicality is much more important than beauty. The little sea monster propped up aggrievedly. In the dangerous sea, it is not that the bigger the body, the more powerful it is. Although my body is smaller now, I feel full of strength. Little sea monster, next time I will bring uncle to play with you more. You'll get stronger and stronger. Tang Tang secretly said in the ear of the little sea monster. The little sea monster blinked, his eyes flashing with joy. Okay, Let's go back. I have to bleed other girls. Wang Ran pulled Tang Tang and climbed the seaside road. The little sea monster disappeared into the sea with a thud. +6. Pie time is up. My sister is Joan of Arc. Everyone can support. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 220. Early in the morning, the girls gathered in the restaurant in high spirits. They all added some of Wang Ran's blood last night, and they had eaten mutant vegetables for the past few days, and their strength had improved a lot. However, they are still not as fast as Tang Tang and Wu Jiaxin, girls with small stoves. Wang Ran came to the restaurant yawning. He finally felt tired again. There's no way. Last night, I bleed too much, and the number of times was a little too much. In addition, the current light rain can't be dealt with by 50% of the effort. Hey, being a man is hard. Wang Ran drank a cup of soy milk with raw eggs to replenish his body. It is estimated that the wolfberry will be soaked in a few days. Tonight, there will be a wave of corpses coming from the north. Most of you haven't killed zombies yet, I think you're all eager to try. Wait, I'll let Jiaxin take you to the next city by helicopter. On the one hand, look for some construction equipment, and on the other hand, let you try to find the feeling first. Just let go of the next city to kill, anyway, they are all zombies you don't know, it doesn't matter. Momo, you are in charge of leading the team and look after them. Wang Ran ordered. Originally, Wang Ran wanted Tang Tang to lead the team, but after thinking about it, Tang Tang was too unreliable, so Momo should be more practical. Good master, I must be optimistic about them. Lin Momo nodded. Soon, the girls set off in the Mi-26. At this time, Wang Ran suddenly received a satellite phone call from Wu Jiangguo. Boss, if you encounter a little trouble, I need to ask you for instructions. Didn't you ask me to demolish all the bridges except the Jiangbei Bridge? When I was preparing to demolish the bridge, I met a group of nearby survivors. They were going to stop us from tearing down the bridge, and there was a little conflict. Boss, what do you say? What do you want to do with the other side? Wu Jiangguo asked. Go ahead, get down first, tell me the address and I'll be there soon. Wang Ran intends to go over and take a look at it in person. If it can be subdued, it will be good, but if it cannot be subdued, then let's do it. This time, Wang Ran didn't bring a small attendant, and drove to the bridge where Wu Jiangguo and others were by himself. Well, no matter who you take, it always feels like you have to consume some physical strength on the road. The battle damage from last night has not recovered yet. 10 minutes later, Wang Ran drove an armored Hummer to Wu Jiangguo's location. Boss, you are here. Wu Jiangguo held a mace and stepped on a man in a shirt under his feet. The man's was covered in blood, which seemed to be the work of the mace. Grass, you guys wait for me. Our boss will bring someone here soon. My boss is a legend in An City. Wait for your to bloom. The man in the shirt with the bottom said through gritted teeth. Tell me what's going on. Wang Ran ignored the man in the shirt lying on the ground and asked Wu Jiangguo directly. We haven't discussed this survivor camp yet. We just came here to demolish the bridge today, and we met their team. These guys say this area is their territory, and their attitude is very arrogant. Since we can't negotiate, we can only do it with them. These guys are too weak, most of them are first-level awakeners, we didn't even sweat. Wu Jiangguo replied. Well, if you don't obey, you will be obedient. Those who are still not obedient after being beaten are also a threat to keep, either drive them out of N City, or call Xiaohong and the others to deal with them. I think they should be quite short of food. Wang Ran nodded. Who do you think you are? This is N City, my boss's site. Have you heard of Beilin and Jiangguo? The man in the shirt lay on the ground in dissatisfaction. Yo, is your boss Lin Lai? The North established the industry and the South established the country, and the Lin Lai belonged to the northern capital, not the Jiangbei. Wang Ran couldn't help but smile. Is bragging so outrageous these days? Of course I know that Lin Lai belongs to the northern capital. My boss is as famous as Lin Lai, Wu Jiangguo. The man in the shirt shouted proudly. Wang Ran, Wu Jiangguo, and the surrounding Zhu Ming were all stunned. Wu Jiangguo? Isn't Wu Jiangguo right here? You smashed your with a mace just now? Wu Jiangguo was a little upset. Someone impersonated him. Just when Wu Jiangguo was ready to ask this little brother, dozens of people copying the guy came across the bridge mightily. Looks like their reinforcements have arrived. You guys, you dare to touch my people. Did you take me seriously? The leader was a man with a fire axe and a tuft of white hair in front of his head. Their number is about 3 times that of Wang Ran's party, and they are full of momentum. Wang Ran's eyes lit up. Little white hair. This is the little white hair he saw before he died? Did not expect to meet here. This thing is fun. Who are you? So arrogant in front of our boss, looking for a draw. Wu Jiangguo raised his mace and aimed it at Xiao Baimao. Me? He. Haven't you heard the name of Beilainan Jiangguo? I, Wu Jiangguo from N City. Baimao looked arrogant and tilted his head to look at Wu Jiangguo. Puff. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry team, I can't help it. Zhu Ming, Lu Quan, and others behind Wu Jiangguo all burst out laughing. A little white hair who appeared out of nowhere, actually pretended to be Wu Jiangguo in front of Wu Jiangguo. Moreover, the stock of North Lai and South Jiangguo was always ridiculed by Zhu Ming and the others at the East Lake Villa camp, but now it is actually used to support the scene. Really makes me want to laugh. What are you laughing at? No radio. Never heard of Wu Jiangguo's name. Whitehead frowned. Recently, the Dark Knight radio station is always broadcasting the current situation at home and abroad. The name Wu Jiangguo can be said to be like thunder. Although he himself did not know why he suddenly became famous. But the perks of being famous made him completely reluctant to think about those details. The current Bai Mao is a level 4 awakener and the boss of a camp of several hundred people. The people in the camp worship him like a god. His days can be said to be quite refreshing. Your name is Wu Jiangguo? Wu Jiangguo asked with a frown. I don't change my name, I don't change my surname, Wu Dings Wu, the country's founding country, Wu Jiangguo is me. Bai Mao said arrogantly. Ha. Wu team, it's really Wu Jiangguo. Ha 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 ha. Zhu Ming and the others couldn't straighten their waists when they laughed. +7. Pi time is up. Introduction. The quadruplets looked so alike that in order to avoid having the wrong bed, they were married together.